All right, we're live. Tapping Birdie Open Championship here with the resident major guest. Like you're booked for the next 3 years. Every major you're on, you're not getting any John Deere Classics or any other events. You're only on for the major. Andy Lack, how are you tonight?
I'm great. Great to join you for another major, my favorite major. I want to give the TIB listeners like full disclosure. I don't have the intimate knowledge of this golf course that I did of LACC or Oak Hill. I'm not a member of Liverpool.
Yeah.
But I would say that I'm as excited for this event as ever. So excited to dive into it with you.
Yeah, I'm pumped up. Honestly, like I'm actually looking forward to waking up early Thursday and Friday because, as like a normal jobby 9 to 5er, I don't get to watch a lot of weekday golf unless I'm like watching on like a third screen and I can't really. So to actually have some time to myself on Thursday and Friday morning just to chill, watch a major, like it's great. Like I really enjoy the waking up early and just starting your day with some golf, starting your day with some sweat. So I'm very much looking forward to Thursday, Friday.
So when you say waking up early, are you talking like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., or are you a Cox subscriber that's getting up at 1:30?
No, there'll be no cock viewing for me this week. I don't know if any of my golfers are in the featured groups, but I would say 5:36 wake up call Thursday, Friday. Like I'm fine with that. Like that's all good. For me, are you planning on waking up early? Would you rather be on the West Coast for the Open? Are the times better on the East Coast?
No, I'm glad to be on the East
Yeah.
Coast. I usually wake up at 6:30 every morning. So I'm not going to get up earlier, maybe 30 minutes earlier than I usually do. I'll probably be a little bit more spry hopping out of bed, but no, I don't. I was talking to Kobe yesterday about like you start watching at 1:30 in the morning on the West Coast. Like I want none of that.
Yeah,
like,
because
I just miss me with all of that.
Yeah, because you can't even sleep the night before. Like you're just
I'm
like
good.
up. Like it definitely is way better on the East Coast for the viewing.
I'm so good on that, and I want to be able to play golf in the afternoons.
Yeah,
some of these days. Hopefully Saturday we can play some golf in the afternoon.
We'll get out there Saturday. Looking forward to that. That'll be good. It's been a while since we've played around.
And then you're coming to Woke Hill,
dude. I got a fucking pickup truck. Like I'm hyped. Like there will be some content around the pickup truck.
You rented a car? I could just drive you everywhere because I'm driving up.
No, well, the thing is that John and I our flight's at like 12:45 on Sunday. So we need to play like a 6 a.m. tee time on Sunday morning.
Where are you guys playing on Sunday?
We're gonna figure it out. I asked Steve for some recs. He gave some good ones, but like the goal is just to like play before like 6:30. So like to get I don't know if we could get an Uber at like 5 a.m. It's like a half an hour away. Like I was like, I'll spend the $100. Like I got money. Like, and I wanted a pickup truck.
Yeah, I mean, just make sure you get protection on your rental car. I got into a fender bender on the way to Oak Hill.
Now, it actually was like, do you want to protect your car? I'm like, fuck no. I'm like, wait, Andy literally.
It's the best deal ever. It's $30 a day. I blatantly hit a guy on the way to Oak Hill. People are asking the question if it was really my fault, but I hit a guy on the way to one of the parking structures at Oak Hill, and I didn't.
You were just like so hyped to see Rory and like your club that your head wasn't in the right space. But I would say you're a good driver, honestly. We drove around LA. I would give you the good driver moniker.
Thank you. I personally can sell that case to my girlfriend someday, hopefully.
I knock on wood, I've never been in a car accident. I've never hit another car with my car. So I'm a pretty good driver, like no cap. Like I know a lot of people might not know that about me, but now that you're listening to TIB, never been in an accident. And we're not going to get in one in Rochester. Like that's just no shot.
No. Well, the Quad, I would imagine there's some very safe and conservative drivers in the qual, unlike,
Yeah.
the mean streets of the dirty R.
Yeah.
So, but shout out to, Steve for just had a child. We've had a little bit of communication. It seems like the baby's healthy and he's doing well. Looking forward to maybe talking some Hoylake with him, but yeah, let's dive into it.
Yeah. So you said this is your favorite major. Where does this course rank to the other ones, like, in your opinion? It's hard to say since we haven't seen it. I know you weren't doing deep dives in 2014, but like overall, where's your excitement level for this course compared to other open venues?
I like it. I would above average.
Okay.
I would say it's in my top 50th percentile. It doesn't have the towering sand dunes or the intriguing topography that some other links golf courses that I love have, but it makes up for it with what I believe to be a lot of quirk, a lot of personality, a lot of subtleties in and around these greens. Really interesting strategy off the tee. Yeah. I have concerns that people are going to be bummed about what the winning score may end up being. It's a green golf course. Michael Kim, by the way, has been putting out like honestly unbelievable content.
Yeah, no, he's been good, but it's funny because I like shout out Masters Burner and like House, like he puts out good tweets, but like he also puts out extremely like narcissistic tweets sometimes. So like he's getting a lot of love right now, but like for the 365-day followers of Michael Kim, like there might be some beef there, but he has been good. Like,
I'm sure. I just hit him with the follow this week.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that we're looking at the weather report as we stand now on Tuesday night. I think it's going to be a more mild open. I don't think it's going to be a birdie fest. I think like even in calm conditions, this golf course is objectively more difficult than St. Andrews just because there's so much more penalization for wayward driving at this golf course. So, I think 15 under probably sounds about right, but
we're just Vegas. Like that guy, fucking Jeff Sherman, like he's nailed like the last two majors, even nailed like the fucking Canadian Open, which like they'd never seen before. So the models they're running in Vegas is a little better than like me after a couple beers. But yeah, I think someone wins at 14, 15, or 16 under. Like it's going to be right there.
I agree with that. I think that I initially said 12 to 15 on my Sunday show. I'd amend that to 13 to 16 as we stand here on Tuesday night.
Yeah, because the weather really does not look that bad. Like it looks pretty tame, other than Saturday. Like similar to Oak Hill, where it was pretty calm until Saturday with a lot of wind and rain. But yeah, I think they're gonna make a ton of birdies, and again, it's not gonna be 20 under. It's not gonna be like when Molinari won or Spieth won. But yeah, I say somewhere in the middle, which I'm fine with. I have no beef with a winning score of -15.
No beef because and I hope Twitter doesn't have much beef with it either, because the RNA has never marketed itself as a tournament that cares about what the winning score is. So I don't understand why anybody else does. I have a little bit more understanding for the beef surrounding a US Open venue that markets itself in a way to be the hardest test in golf, but that's not even any part of the Open Championship's identity. They're just running out of days to get it brown and firm.
There's no sub air at Hoylake.
There's no irrigation system at Hoylake, which would generally be a good thing, but they're getting a
what does that mean
anyway?
What does that mean? There's no irrigation system.
So there's no water flow underneath the course. There's no pipes anywhere near the course. So there's no drainage system, right? So what that can typically help do is drain out a golf course if it gets rain, right? And get it to certain collection areas off the golf course. And, if you get rain on Hoylake, it's just a flat racetrack So it's going to be puddles, and it's not enough rain that there will be actual puddles on the golf course.
Yeah.
But there's no fancy US irrigation system to get water off this golf course in an efficient way.
Yeah, that makes me feel better about being an American, honestly. Like, that's kind of fucked up of Hoylake to not have that. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Well, I was arguing with this guy on Twitter who kept quote tweeting me about out of bounds, and
then someone like D-Makes goes, "Why are you quote tweeting everything?" All of his replies?
And I never quote tweet anything he says either, but I almost wanted to start doing it. But he was like, "Yeah, I'd have no problem with this if they just built houses on instead of white lines, right? Like if they just built a road there instead of white lines."
Was this fucking Palm Beach, Florida? Like,
I love your plan, but I wonder who's footing the bill. I wonder who's footing the bill for this. I'm certainly sure it's not the Hoylake members. So you can probably add that to the list of things that they probably need to figure out in the next couple of years.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this week. Our mutual a friend Adam, he went viral with his OB steak thing on Twitter. People all riled up about this internal OB. There's some internal OB on 3. 3 is a really tight driving hole, and then 18. There's just like a white line, like 3 yards out of the fairway. And I think that's kind of what people are talking about this week, that it's a tough driving course. It's not some place you could just wail away. A little bit more of an emphasis on accuracy over distance. Like, are these all fair takes? You agree? I personally don't think like the pendulum is like swung too far in this regard. I still think people are betting bombers and longer hitters. But do you still stand by a little bit accuracy over distance this week?
I think so. I mean, I think it's probably more even to just total driving than what I had initially expected when I thought this golf course was going to be a little bit more firm, a little bit more brown. Golfers were going to have a little bit less control over their golf ball, because if you hit it into one of the fairway bunkers, a lot of the times you're just chipping out.
Yeah.
And that becomes, those fairway bunkers play really big with firm fairways.
Yes. Yep.
I still think that I still think if you have concerns about Cam Smith off the tee at this golf course, then you should keep those concerns, because even if it plays a little bit softer and there's a little bit more leniency in terms of a player's ability to hit the fairway, well, that's just also going to mean that the course is going to play longer, as Michael Kim said. So like short and inaccurate is what you really don't want, right? Yeah. Maybe there's a little bit more leniency in long and inaccurate. You have a little bit more leeway on some of these fairways, but I still want great drivers of the ball on this golf course. I think that this is a golf course where the first shot matters more than a typical course that we see on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, which is good. That's golf like you like, versus just like rip and driver every hole like me on Bethpage Yellow. Like we want a little bit more nuance out here. But like, again, extremely hard to tell. But like, I know Kim tweeted it. Like, I'm not like, I don't know how many people are like, oh, Tiger only hit one driver here in 2007. But like, golfers are going to be hitting a lot of drivers. Like, we're probably overrating that aspect a little bit.
Big time.
Like, these guys are still going to be ripping a lot of drivers.
Not only that, but the delta between Tiger Woods' distance and like the average PGA Tour player's distance in 2006 was so much more extreme than what Rory still has a big advantage over an average driver of the ball.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tiger literally hit 2-iron farther than most guys on the PGA Tour hit their driver. So,
it was super firm. So he was,
super firm. So he was able to do that. So there's going to be a couple guys, that are going to be able to club down off the tee. And if they're really accurate with their 2-iron, I still think that's like a really good strategy. I earlier in the week, I really wanted Rory to take a more disciplined approach. Now I'm like, if you want to hit driver a little bit more, I think I'm okay with that. But, I still think that, listen, I mean, there are shots on this golf course where if you miss the fairway by a couple of yards, you're hitting 3 from the tee. And that is not a thing on the PGA Tour. It's kind of a thing at like TPC Sawgrass, but it's not a thing at any of the majors you saw this year.
Yeah.
And it's not a thing at 32 out of the 35 PGA Tour courses. So that's sick, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for this week. I like that it'll be a little bit of a different test. It'll be a drastically different test than the last Open we saw at St. Andrews. So I'm excited for this week. I'm excited for the course. I think it's a little bit harder to tie down exactly how it's going to play and exactly what these guys are going to do off the tee. But I do think it's going to be a lot of mid to long irons, and all reports are that the greens are pretty flat. You're going to have to make a decent amount of putts this week. I think Rory was putting really well before his Open win. He had a lot of spike putting rounds. He made a lot of putts outside 25 feet. People are going to be making some bombs this week, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, just got to drive it straight, hit your long irons well, putt well, chip well, be mentally tough, have course history,
good major record, good major Open record.
Yeah.
You have to be, the average age is 36.
Yeah.
So you have to be 36.
And you cannot have finished better than 30th in last year's Open. But that's a real stat.
Have to be official world golf ranking of 11.4. That's the average that we got over the last 10 years.
So yeah, you just got to do all those things. You can't be bad at anything, and you have to fit all the trends.
Pretty simple game.
Yeah. But the real fit, you can't bet guys that finish better than 30th in last year's Open. That's a real stat.
That knocks off a lot of guys, huh?
Yeah. No, it's this. The stat's so fun. I knew about it last year, and I was like, now it's kind of gone mainstream. It's just the best stat because it goes in the opposite direction of all the other stats. It's you actually had to play bad at an Open the year before to win. Usually it's you have to be inside the top 20 in the world or be top 10 in approach or something like that. So I just love the stat because it makes no fucking sense. And it's happened since Stewart Singh. So if it happens again this week, that would truly be fucking ridiculous.
How many guys on your betting card fit that trend? Just out of curiosity, because I don't know who you're betting this week. So I've
only bet 3 guys.
So you've got some room.
I can do really whatever other than bet the top of the board. But yeah, we can talk about.
I can hopefully talk you into some guys.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. You're starting the week off with a victory. CLV green check mark. You bet Scotty Scheffler at 9-1. He's now 7-1. So you won the week. You're already starting out with a big victory. But you're betting the number 1 player in the world. Have you bet him since you invented him at the Waste Management?
Nope.
Wow.
But process over results. Dude, what Scheffler does this week is irrelevant. Yeah. I'm holding a 9. You guys are looking at 7. So joke's on you.
Yeah.
I have not bet Scotty Scheffler since the Phoenix Open. We were both in 2021, in 2022, not 2023. We were both there for the 2022 Phoenix Open. I think 30-1, right?
Yeah, around there, 28, 30.
28 to 1.
Strokes gained Ryder Cup.
Strokes gained Ryder Cup. Shout out Kevin Na, not in the field this week. Who's counting? But I bet Scotty at the 2022 Phoenix Open and have missed his next 6 wins, I think. I think he's won 6 wins since then. Haven't bet him one time. I could give you a million Scheffler stats. But, I think most
Hitting the ball well?
Hitting the ball pretty well.
Okay.
We just need the putter to turn.
And he's right there. He's legit right there.
Right.
If the putter turns. But yeah, I heard he's hitting the ball well. Someone should tweet about it.
Scheffler's hitting the ball pretty well. People are talking about Tiger. They're not saying Scheffler is Tiger.
Yeah.
But they're saying he's doing things that Tiger's maybe done, maybe hasn't done, maybe thought about doing. We don't know. So yeah, I mean, I don't need to make a case for Scheffler. I think that it is a coin flip for me between him and Rory this week. I have gone back and forth on them 100 times. I went with Scheffler because it was the better number at the time. Now they are equal. I would be shocked. I don't think that we're going to get a Scheffler McIlroy duel. I want to say that, but I would be unfathomably shocked if I don't know if I'm going to get it right because it could be Rory. I'd be unfathomably shocked if one of them is not relevant in this tournament late on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm with you. I personally prefer Rory this week over Scotty. I was never debating, Scotty. I was never going to bet Scotty. I'm not playing him in DraftKings.
Not even the 9?
I mean, no, I was like, I was just not going to do that. But I wasn't like scoping around for it. But yeah, I prefer Rory this week. Like I'm really as high on Rory as like I could be on somebody without betting him. Like I just think the way he's played since he missed the cut at like the Masters has just been unbelievable. And the past 3 weeks, the ball striking has just been unbelievable. Like Friday of the Scottish, like I was tracking his round. I was just bored at work on 365, and he legitimately put everything inside 10 feet. Like it was truly unbelievable how well he was hitting the ball at the Scottish. And obviously that was on full display on 17 and 18. And like, I agree they'll both be in it, but I personally think Rory has a better chance of winning this golf tournament than Scotty, solely based on I trust Rory's putter a little bit more. But yeah, I love Rory this week. I got to find some exposure to him. But yeah, 100% in DK easily. But yeah, I would love for Rory to win. Like I wouldn't even, unless he like beat one of my guys, like I would be really happy if Rory won. I know you would be too.
Yeah, happy's an under. I mean, I would trade the Scheffler money for a Rory win in a heartbeat. I think people that have been following my content for years now know I genuinely mean that. What do you think his ownership is going to be? Just out of curiosity, if I give you over under 22.5%, are you taking the over?
I would say over, and I think he'll be more owned than Scotty. Like, I don't even think it's really a debate. Like, that's not a debate. I don't think it will be close.
Okay, well, that's not what projection sites are seeing. So a lot will need to change. Either all the projection sites, not all of them, but either the projection sites are wrong or things are going to need to change in the next 24 hours. I agree that I have Rory now higher than Scheffler, which I didn't this morning. I did a quick ownership run through this morning, and I have Rory at 20 and Scheffler at 18. And I'm pretty good at the ownership thing, but stuff could change on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, Rick Run Good, shout out, Rory 24, Scotty 19 right now. I agree with that.
Okay, I'm a little bit. Yeah, like there's some other sites that have Rory at like 16.
Zero, like literally zero chance. Last year at the Open, he was like so highly owned. Like I think he gets a bump in Open championships, like no matter which way he slices it. And he was playing worse last year, and he didn't win at this course the last time he played it. So, and also as you know, a guy building on DFS, like it's easier to build a Rory Hovland, Rory Ricky lineup than a Scotty Ricky. Like obviously, like that makes obviously. Like I just think it's easier to get a good second guy in with Rory.
Yeah. Do you think Rory winning is the best outcome for golf this week? Because we know the crooked RNA, is hiding Cam.
Yeah.
Crooked Jay Monahan screwed up the RNA's Open Championship tee times and buried Cam Smith outside of a featured group. Yeah. But I feel like is is a Rory like Brooks duel down the stretch the best outcome for golf? Do people still think does a live PGA Tour rivalry still exist?
Yeah, I don't know. Rory winning is obviously the best outcome for golf. Like, I don't think it's really a debate. Like, unless
Probably
you're like,
Rory Ricky down the stretch.
yeah,
A
that would,
repeat of 14 is
yeah.
Probably
But like
what the
actually
RNA is
dueling.
hoping
Yeah,
for.
like unless you're Live Golf Nation, like I really don't think you're like rooting. Some people root against Rory, but like it's hard. Like even like not that I like I'm not like I'm not like obsessed with Rory, but like I like would really like him to win this week. And
Yeah.
I really like he should. Like it would be really tough if he was like in contention and had a really good chance to win and didn't. Like that would be tough for him and tough for the Rory Slappies. Like it would be. Like there's no debating it. Like it would be tough.
It would.
It would be tough. Like
that was the first time I actually like thought deeply about Rory being in the mix again and losing. And it's the college football thing at this point where it's like, do I want him to get to the national championship and get smacked by Alabama, or would I rather have him just go 7-5 and make it quick and easy for me? And it's like, with Rory, where we are right now with Rory, I've already seen, the Chris Powers of the world saying if Rory doesn't win this week,
did you know he bet this week?
I don't care.
It's kind of fucked up of him. I'm not gonna lie. He's not listening to this.
Well, it's just I mean, it's
you can't lose. Like
you can't lose. It's like
that. Like
because if Rory has to win this week, it's the most obvious thing ever. And if he doesn't win this week, he sucks, and everyone can never bet him again. And just stop caring about him. And it's like, I think the thing that people miss, and we'll move on because I could do 6 hours on him. I think the thing that people mess with like Rory and the media, and why the media like him is because he like is actually a good like human to them and like goes on No Laying Up and talks about Succession and gives guys like Porter and KVV the time of day. And there's just not a lot of athletes that like actually take time out of their day to like give some of these guys like air and attention and stuff. So, Rory is like to a fault, probably over generous with his time and the way that he communicates with us in the media. And, I understand that he gets a lot of attention, but like a lot of these places like CBS and the RNA, like it's just, they have a model and more people know and care about who Rory is than Cam Smith. That's just the reality of the situation. So it's not Rory's fault. I don't really know. I don't really know what you want to do. If you work in the media and Rory's like giving you an interview, you're not saying no. Like it's like, I don't really know what you want the people that get paid to cover golf to do. The
last thing I'll say about Rory is that it upsets me to see what he did at the Scottish Open with his iron shots on 17 and 18 and to see him put it to 60 feet on 18 at LACC. Like no matter which way you slice it, that it's just wrong. Like it just hurts knowing that he has that shot in him and he didn't like do it at LACC. I know it's an extremely small sample size, 2 iron shots, but like he has it in him. Like I just want to see him fucking do it, and hopefully this is the week for it. But we'll move on from Rory. Rahm, I'm not gonna backtrack my take. Like I've been on Twitter saying he has no shot to win. If I don't like, I don't think like I know I'm like always joking on Twitter. Like if I'm not betting somebody and it's not like a top player, like I'm just gonna say they have no shot to win. Like I'm not gonna be like, they can be in it. Like but my thing with him is that it's just people don't usually win very quickly after they win the Masters. It took Scotty like 9 months. DJ legit never won again. Decky won like 7 months. Tiger won like 8 months. Reed was well over a year. Sergio, 3 years. Willett never won again. Like it'll take a little bit of time. Like we saw it with Scotty last year. Like I think he's a good number. He's not playing as bad as I thought, but I'm just out. Like I'm just out on Rahm this week. I don't think he's going to win. He's not winning 2 majors in a year. And yeah, that's how I feel about John Rahm.
I'll keep it brief to make up for all the airtime I spent on Rory already to derail us. I I like his fit on this golf course, but I think that, and I would have interest in him at 16-1, but I still have concerns about his shot selection in Open Championship conditions. So that's enough for me to probably pass on him as well. Can't bet everyone. I'm not with the he can't win though. I just want to. I want to stake a claim to that and be on that island. Like Rahm could absolutely win this tournament.
Yeah, I personally don't see it in what I'm looking at, but like that's fine.
Oh, we'll get to the guys that I think have no chance.
Yeah, Cam's not gonna win. I've said it for a while. He's not gonna win. I'm not really worried about it. He won the Open last year, and I think last year was the absolute most perfect course in the entire world for him. And he's playing great right now. Like I'll give him that. Like he's playing really well, and I don't think he's gonna miss cut or finish T30. I think he'll be there, just because of his putter. But he's not gonna win. I have zero interest in him. Not playing him at all. I'm like kind of thinking about betting Brooks maybe. I don't have anyone else I could really bet. Like there's no one else I'm really like jonesing to bet. Like I'm not a huge fan of Brooks Koepka. Like I'm not like a Brooks slapdick. Like I don't like, but at 20-1, I'm not betting any other guy. I don't think he's going to win 2 majors in a year, and the form isn't unbelievable. But he's a pretty good links player. He's had top 10s at the Open. Are you warming up on Brooks?
For DraftKings, yeah. And I just think it's because like objectively, the price gap between him and Scheffler is just absurd. And it's like, think about it this way. If you have a DFS lineup with 4 guys you like, and you're deciding between what to do with the final 2 spots, you can either play Scotty Scheffler and Dan Bradbury or Brooks Koepka and Corey Connors. You could either play Scotty Scheffler and John Daly or Brooks Koepka and Joaquin Niemann. So I think at 10-4 and, 12, 13%, I'm going to play Brooks in DraftKings. I'm playing Brooks and Rory at the top in DraftKings. I don't think he's going to win. But I'll get to, there's 7 guys. I wrote them down for you, Brian. There's 7 guys above 9K that I think have 0 chance of winning this tournament. So I know that you may think that I'm fence sitting with Brooks and Rahm saying that they absolutely can win, but I'll get to the guys that have no chance.
Yeah, I last week I was kind of cool on Hovland. Like I did an opposite of you. Like I was kind of like, I don't really know about Hovland at the Open. Like I don't think it's an absolutely perfect course fit. The courses that he played really well on this year were like classical American tree lined, thick, rough, long golf courses. And this is not that. But at 25-1, like I'm willing to take a stab at him. So I did bet Victor Hovland. I mean, other than the short game, like he's just an unbelievable golfer. I really like, just total driving off the tee. Great long iron player. And he can pour it in. Like he can make a lot of putts. I trust him to. The short game, obviously a concern. Like that's not really a question. He's kind of raised it in majors. But at 25-1, don't really have a lot of other guys to bet. Like I'm in on Hovland. So I bet him.
Hovland can absolutely win. Hovland is not on my list of guys that have no chance. Yeah, I mean, he was my pick on Tuesday. I don't even know if I soured on him. I just think Scheffler and Rory are so much better at golf than him right now that I just said, fuck it. But 25 is a good number. I think if I was doing the not bet Rory or Scheffler thing, I'd probably bet Cantlay, Hovland, and either Brooks or Ricky and call it a day.
Yeah.
So I like Hovland, but I'm not betting him.
Yeah, I think Cantlay. I think he can play well. I'm certainly have no interest in betting him. Like I agree with you, it's a good course fit.
Good course fit.
But I'm just like I'm not there. on him.
What about DraftKings?
No, I'm not gonna play him. I'm gonna play Hovland and Ricky.
Okay.
Like
who do you
a lot
like?
of bills, just Rory, Hovland, Rory, Ricky. Like that's how I'm starting.
I'm doing that with Rory. I like Ricky a lot too, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm doing Rory, Brooks, Cantlay, Fowler are my 4 guys above 9K.
Yeah.
Who do you like more though? Cantlay or Xander? Just in general.
I like Xander better.
I think Xander has no chance this week.
He's a better putter. That's for me right now.
No. Cantlay's a better putter than Xander.
I don't know. Like I could just picture Xander making more long putts.
Okay. I mean, I struggle with Cantlay's a lot more accurate off the tee with his driver than Xander is.
It's true.
And Xander doesn't have a lot of success at golf courses that are more accuracy biased than distance biased.
Yep.
Cantlay does have a lot of the success at courses that are more accuracy biased. And Cantlay, Cantlay's been so accurate off the tee this year. He's been so incredibly accurate off the tee. So I really like
when Cantlay. He boofed it at Memorial and made double when I had him, and I bet him over Hovland. Like no big deal. It's fine. Like I'm not bitter about it.
Kind of boofed it at the Travelers too.
Yeah, that was fucking gutless. I don't know if I talked. That was horrible what he did the final 3 holes.
Were you there
at the trap? No, I wasn't. I was in Fire Island. I didn't get to make it. But yeah, that was gutless of him. I understand, okay, he's not gonna win every major he tees it up in, but to miss 3 putts inside 8 feet, that's my which is Cantlay. I just don't trust him over putts. He just hasn't. He's had some spike putting weeks, but he hasn't putted great this year. So I was lucky enough. I was looking for a victory. I was looking for some CLV, and when Ricky was fucking -6 through 12 at the U.S. Open on Thursday, I went on to Caesars and he was 66 to 1. I'm okay, I'm just gonna bet this. It's not an issue. I know he'll be lower, and I really do think Ricky has a chance. I probably wouldn't bet him personally. I don't think it's a bad bet. At 25 to 1. I think 25 is very fair the way he's been playing this year. And what I really like about Ricky, I know it's a joke, you have to do everything well. There's really no part of his game right now that concerns me at all. He's an above average putter. He's above average around the green. He's been hitting his irons great. He's not the greatest driver in the world. He's a good driver of the ball. He's just kind of been doing it all this year. And I really like the U.S. Open experience. I just really like the way he's been playing. Again, I like it with the top 5. Do I think Ricky's going to win? I think it's a big ask. I firmly believe that he will I firmly believe he'll finish top 12 versus missing the cut this week. I don't think he's going to flame out at all.
Well, first of all, I just want to say congrats on the CLV. Good. That's good momentum heading into the 3M. I mean, why even play the tournament at this point? I hope you posted the ticket already.
I did,
because what he does this week's irrelevant. I really like Ricky too. Let me ask you a question, because I was I've been deciding between these 2 guys for my final spot in DraftKings, because I actually like both of them a lot. One of them was my pick in December to win this tournament, but who do you think has higher ownership this week, Fowler or Fleetwood? Because I initially thought Fowler, and now I think Fleetwood.
I think it'll be Fleetwood.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for me because if I had a Fleetwood ticket last week, which I know a lot of people has, I'd be I'm not playing that fucking loser. But I don't know. I just think with the price, you can play Scotty Fleetwood. There's no one he can't be your second man in.
Yeah. I have Fowler kind of lower than I thought. I have him at 14.
I mean, he was fucking 7,500 in the last major.
Right. So maybe that's too conservative, but listen, I think Ricky is, I think he's going to compete this week. I really do. I mean, I would be pretty shocked if he is not at least in the mix. He is, I probably like I said, if I wasn't betting Rory or Scheffler, it would be like the Cantler, Fowler, Hovland card for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm with you on the Ricky trade.
What
for sure.
What are your thoughts on Colin this week?
I'm out. He was on my doesn't have a chance to win list, which is probably I'm just like leaning too hard into the bet. But I don't think that I never thought this golf course was going to be as accuracy crazy as others did, especially now with the reports of it being greener. I guess if you're making a case for Colin, you say, okay, you look at the Open that he won at St. George's, which wasn't really, that was an asterisk Open for sure. And you barely got any wind. Maybe the condition, maybe, he's a house cat, TrackMan golfer. Maybe that's similar to what we get this week, but I don't think his short game and putting is good enough right now to win a major. Second at the Rocket Mortgage.
I like that aspect of it. Like if he didn't do anything at the Rocket, I wouldn't even consider him. But even he said, he's like, I haven't been in contention in a while and it felt like riding a bike. Like, I like that aspect, like that he just lost in a playoff and he putted well that week. Obviously, completely different golf courses, but I truly like the fact that he, got in the mix, like was feeling something in his dick, like I can win this golf tournament. So I'm open to him. Like really, there's not a lot of people that I'm thinking about betting. He's one of them. We'll see. I know you bet Rose this week, 70-1. What did you get him at? Because he's currently 70-1 on points.
That's sick. I got him at 55, so I already lost. I mean, if Rose hits at 55,
we can't victory lap.
I can't victory lap that. Okay, wait. So you skipped all the guys that I think have no chance.
Okay.
I'm just gonna run through them. Spieth has no chance. Fitzpatrick has no chance. DJ has no chance. Cameron Young has no chance. Xander, I said, has no chance.
Lowry.
I give him like a 3% chance.
Okay. No, it's fun. So I did the DFS show with Capper and Jers last night. And I said the same exact thing about Lowry. I'm like, he's completely overpriced. Like I was like, all these people should be more expensive than him. So I'm glad we agree.
How does Lowry be 7,900 at the Masters, finish in the top 10 0 times, and get to 9,100?
Yeah, like there's no world why he should be more expensive than Wyndham Clark and Max Homa, in my opinion, and even Bryson. But he shouldn't be $1,000 more expensive than Rose. That makes no fucking sense.
No fucking sense. I don't understand that whatsoever. Okay. So yeah, I'm good on the Lowry stuff.
So what is the case for Rose, your guy, Team Rose, Morgan Stanley? I have a brain freeze.
Rose, man, he did. It's interesting because I'm not a huge trends guy, but here I am touting trends. He was I had Tyndall on my podcast before. He's great. I'm a huge Dave Tyndall fan. Rose was the guy that won his trends article. Did you know that?
I did. I read it. I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah.
But
so
what did he no, keep going. You're good.
I love the way he's playing this season. I love his fit on this golf course. He is a great mid to long iron player, one of the best bunker players in the world, incredibly accurate driver of the golf ball. He's finished 24th at Liverpool in the past. He's got a good open record. He's played well at courses like Sawgrass before, and courses where I like him off the tee on courses where it's more distant, where it's more accuracy than distance. And again, I just, from an anecdotal outside the statistical realm, like I think Rose is a 2 major guy. I think all these guys like Scott, Rose, Sergio, like if they finish with 1, I'm like, that's fine. But if they get 2, I'm like, that's also fine. That's
I don't know.
You think he's
heard,
a one major
I
guy?
disagree. 100%.
So
He's
what
the
are you
definition of a
setting?
one major guy. Like
He's had a better
if he
career
won his
than
first major in 2004, I disagree. But the fact that he won it in 2013, like it's so hard to win a major,
It's
and
a
the
decade
talent's
ago.
way better. Yeah, but the talent's way better. If he was Justin Rose, if his career started 5-7 years earlier, I would agree. But since 2013, it's been pretty hard to win a major.
Rose is like a bona fide Hall of Famer. He's won like 25 times.
He's good. Like, I agree. It's just really hard to win a major. Like, he's not fucking Darren Clark level one major, but it's really like it's tough to get two. Like, DJ only has two. Like, it's tough.
DJ should have
okay.
three.
Just is Decky a one major guy? I know you bet him, but like,
well, that's the thing I would say is that I think there are a lot of guys that are, if I'm setting the over under, it's 1.5. And I think with both Rose and Decky, I'm setting the over under at 1.5. And if they get one, it's okay. And if they get two, I'm okay with it too.
Yeah,
and I think Decky's in that same category.
Yeah, I think.
But Rose has a way more accomplished career than Decky.
But
that's far.
Decky, in my opinion, is exactly the same as a one-time major when Adam Scott and Rose and Sergio. Like, Decky will finish his career with one major.
You think so?
I do. I think they're in the same exact boat. But I will tell you, Justin Rose can win this golf tournament because he didn't play in the Open last year.
True. Good point.
So you're good.
Do you think Xander's a one major guy or a zero major guy?
It's hard to tell. Guy? No, I think he's a one major guy.
Cantlay, one major guy.
If they got one, yeah, it'll be one. No shot they win two.
Fitzpatrick, one major guy.
Exactly the same as Rose and
I think Fitzpatrick's a one major guy.
Yeah.
Bryson, one major guy.
Wyndham, I'm putting at 3.5 right now.
People are asking the question. Where
was he? Do you think Wyndham Clark is an elite golfer?
I think he's if this is referring to Kobe hating him, I think he's a lot better than Kobe thinks he is.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, like that's
he's good.
Sure
Wyndham Clark's really good.
But you won't throw the like it's hard to say he's like elite, but like I can't say he's not elite. Like he won a major a month ago.
It goes back to the Brendan Porath big name bit. Like, what is elite? What, like, people are just like, oh, we got a lot of big names in the field this week. Like, okay, what's a big name? Like, what?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, he's a top 20 guy. I mean, is that elite?
I think higher, man. You
think Wyndham's a top 10 guy in the world?
Say like 13.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
I'd have to write them all out, but I think he's probably
if he didn't win Wells, like it's a different story. Or if he just won Wells, I mean, no one would give a fuck.
Put it this way: if Wyndham Clark wins again, well, obviously, if he wins the Open, he's the Player of the Year. But if he wins a FedEx Cup playoff event, it's still probably Rahm though, because Rahm's won 4 times.
4 times in a major, yeah. So good chat on that. I like Homa. I think Homa will play well this week. I also think Bryson will play well this week. I'm going to play in both of those in DraftKings. I'm out on Young. Shout out the guy who, after the John Deere, said bet him at 50-1. He's 80-1 now. No beef though. Decky, you bet the 100. I know a lot of people are talking about Decky. I think this is a good major venue for him. Again, we just had this fucking conversation. I just think he's a one major guy. But 100-1, hard to argue with that.
I just thought it was an insane number. And at least he has a lick of form. Like, your argument against why even at 90-1 JT can't win, like I generally agree with. I'm going to play Justin Thomas in DraftKings because I have a sick mind. But Hideki, outside of a miscut at the Rocket Mortgage, is playing really good golf right now. And so I just thought the 100 was wrong. Don't call the police on me. I'm overexposed. I'm 0.075 units overexposed because I bet the Hideki 100.
Legit, no beef. Like the cops are out this week. I chirped at some guy, like legit, no beef. I'm not even gonna bring it up, but like someone like shit on me for saying Rahm has no chance to win, and I'm not even joking. He bet 4 guys under 20-1.
I think
it was like the most egregious car I've ever seen.
I think people don't understand content. And it's like, that's what I was going to say about Morikawa too, is it's like, okay, I don't think people understand how content works. Like if I've already said that I like these 4 guys, Yeah, I could just say I like every guy. That's just not.
I know.
All of the best podcasts, I do from a number standpoint is either when I get something really, really right or I get something really, really wrong.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, you got to just put your balls on the table.
Yeah. And like, no, I went on like one of my friends like streams and we were talking about Cam Smith like this week. And I'm like, dude, he has no chance to win. He's like, dude, you're really going to say he has no chance to win? I'm like, you want me to say everyone in the fucking field has a chance to win? Like, no, I don't think he's going to fucking win. Like, what do you want me to say? And honestly, I have a pretty good fucking record. Other than Jason Day at Byron, I don't know if I've ever said someone has zero chance to win and they've won. So other than Jason Day at the Byron. So my record's pretty good right now. So like I'm fine. Like I'll take the action.
Outside of Brooks at the PGA.
Yeah.
Rory was my fade last week.
Me too. I said he didn't give a fuck about the event.
Yeah. But whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. One of the golfers I bet was lower than the odds he started with, so that's a win.
Yeah.
And he played in the final group on Saturday, so that's also another victory.
Let me just ask you this before we maybe touch on a few long shots before we finish, but better chance to win this week, JT or Finau? Like
JT without a question.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like
I'm not sure I totally disagree. I think I probably because Finau's 80 now too, right? There's some 80s popping up.
He's just been absolute dick. Like I'm out on him. Like there's good players in the field. Like,
do you think books have realized that one of the guys below? Like, I feel like books have realized that Rory or Scotty's going to win.
No, I don't. I don't think Finau being 80 means that.
But it's not just Finau; it's everyone's 80. Like Cam Young, Hideki, Bryson, Wyndham, JT, Burns, Homa, Sungjae, Finau, Tom Kim, Justin Rose, Adam Scott, Jason Day. Those guys are all top 30 players in the world. They're all 100 to 1, basically.
I don't disagree. Like
I think they all should be 100 to 1 because I think one of the top two guys is going to win too. But it's interesting. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Lower guys in DraftKings. I like Woodland. He's going to make the cut.
I like him too.
I like Shank. He's going to make the cut. I really like Harmon. You said you get it. He makes a lot of sense. Like I didn't fucking like invent anything. Like
no beef
I bet him at 175 to 1. Like people, I'm like, I said Rahm has no chance to win. He's like, dude, you bet Brian Harmon. I'm like, they're literally 150 points like difference between their odds to win this week. Like, I don't fucking, but Harmon makes all the sense in the world. That makes me a little bit worried when something like that happens. But again, top 12 in his last 3 starts, finished well at the Open last year, was like 1 stroke out of the first round leader at St. George's, finished top 12 there. And I think he'll be popular. He's like 10%. I don't know if I can play him in DraftKings because he will be very popular. But I like him. I heard you talked about him. I like Sepp.
Me too.
I like Sepp.
Well, there's one guy I want to really talk to you about.
Who?
So I feel like Louis for you this week.
Yeah.
Is like the ex that you had like a really toxic relationship with in college. Yeah. And suddenly you're just like out in the quad one night and you see her for the first time in like 6 years. And you're like, man, like you look kind of, man, you did some growing up.
Like tits are bigger.
Look at man, you're hotter than I remember. I mean, Brian, like from DraftKings, like, come on, he's tearing up Lev. Like he's 69.
High greens in regulation percentage.
Like we're
referencing Louis finishing T3 at Live Tucson is like one of the funniest things I've ever fucking heard in my life. Like when you said, I was like, Andy just said Louis finished T3 at Live Tucson. Like, do you hear yourself?
T6 at Centurion too. Listen, man. We're 24 months removed from Louis finishing top 3 in 3 out of the 4 majors.
Andy, I hate it. I don't like it.
No chance. Nope. You were such a, I wonder how many people that our TIB listeners were there for the time when you were like the biggest Louis.
Yeah, I
stan
love
on
Louis.
Twitter.
Yeah, it was good. And it was
You're just done. Like blocked on
I
Instagram,
just think
deleted the number. Like
yeah, like I just think that he is a prime candidate to just completely fucking disappoint you and be +7 through 9.
mm-hmm.
You can see that at least.
I certainly can see that.
Like it's not. I truly believe that he will disappoint this week.
Better. Okay, I tried one guy. I'm going to try one more. Better DraftKings play, Louis or Stenson?
Dude, I mean, people are talking up Stenson.
Who else is talking up Stenson?
Our boy Vincenzi.
Listen, I invented Stenson
too.
this week. Did he really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I thought I
You thought you were looking
I
at the
flagged the territory.
You were looking at the greens in regulation percentage at Live Centurion, and you're
more Centurion than me. And
like
these guys, cat's out of the bag, Stenson.
Like the putts per green were just out of this world with Stenson.
Oh,
what is he, 62?
He's 6,200.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be owned. I'm telling you that right fucking now.
He's going to be 4%. Come on.
But you have to look. But you have to look at the ownership of the people around him.
Yeah,
that's how you determine chalk.
But when you are me and you play Hideki, JT, Sung Jae, Jason Day, Keegan Bradley, Joaquin
Jason
Neiman,
Day fucking sucks.
Ownership.
He doesn't give a fuck about golf. No, like he won the Byron, and
he's got a pretty good open record.
Yeah, I mean, he was also like the #1 player in the world then. Like, I'm out on J Day. Like, he legitimately didn't practice for the PGA.
Well, he's 2%, so you're wrong. Like,
it's a big matter.
It doesn't matter. He's 2%, and I played him at 2%, so it doesn't matter. You're wrong.
You're right. I apologize. That's 100%. Jordan Smith, every single lineup. I
like him. I like him.
Like he will make the cut this week. Wrote him up last week. T12. How you like me now? Poston. I like Poston at 65. Wow. Two top sixes in a row.
Wow.
T6, T9, T8 last week. I like Poston. I really like Poston in my lineups.
Has he ever played an Open before?
Yeah, he played last year. I think he missed the cut, but that's good. That means he can win.
Where are you on South? Love Siwoo.
I don't know about. I don't know.
Where are you on Southgate?
I have no opinions.
Okay.
Like I don't.
Just to give Kyle a bone, where are you on Marcel Siem?
I mean, I know he won the magical. What event was it? Do you remember?
Hero Indian Open.
Open.
He gained 18 strokes on the field at the Hero Indian Open.
Like that's like Tone at Mexico.
Tone at Mexico. I mean,
Stenson at the Open.
Were they firemen and plumbers?
Yeah,
you could say, but that's a pretty elite.
I mean, he's like 2%. Like the ownership is reflective of Marcel Siem. No, I don't think I have to go that deep. Like I'll tell you, I'm not playing Jazz, who like couldn't break 80 at the Barbie. Andy, I think I like Campio too. I have a bone to pick with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why didn't you bet the Barbie / why aren't you betting the Cuda? Like, are you too good for that?
I don't have time, dude. Like,
Stop. You can just go through the odds board and be like, I like this guy. He's mispriced. Like, I'll bet him. You really can't do that?
I have my process and I like to run a model and I don't like to like shoot from the hip.
But it's the Cuda.
Who's in the field? I'll tail. Keith Mitchell. Is he playing?
Yeah.
It's Akshay in the field.
Is the favorite at 18.
Wait, Jaeger's I feel like we got to bet Jaeger then.
No. Like I can't bet the guy at 18, but I can bet him at 25. I'm not betting Stefan Jaeger at 18 to 1 to win a golf tournament. And he's not going to win.
Yeah.
But the card will be out.
Is that played in Tahoe?
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to get into a relationship and we can revisit this conversation about why we're not betting the Cuda.
like I'm like
I'm excited for the day.
I understand your relationship. You have a wonderful girlfriend. Like, she's truly great. Like, she's great. Like, no beef there. For me, if there's just some beef for you to be like, I can't bet the Cuda or the Barbie because I have a girlfriend.
That's not what I said. Now you're putting words in my mouth.
No, but that's literally just what you just said. Like, I just have beef with that because you love golf. And you said, I feel like I have a big edge in the John Deere and the Rocket. So then you would have a big edge.
But it's the only event of the week. So it's like, I can't, it's just double. We're going to do double you know what I mean? It's like, I can only do that full process for.
I'm betting to win like 10K at the Cuda.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding. I like last week, I usually bet to win like $3,000. I bet to win $2,000 at the Barbie. And Lucas Glover was in the final group.
So when you bet the Cuda, you don't do any course research. Obviously, there's no real content on it, so you're not consuming any content. You're just purely looking for misprices.
Yeah, being like, this guy is good versus like the field. Like, I mean,
has it worked? Like, are you making money on these alt events?
I mean, like, I didn't hit the winner last week.
But
I hit Glover first round leader.
So yes. So the answer is yes.
And then I lost it all on Djokovic, but it's fine. No, like last week, I think Vinnie Norman could have been like bomber, can make a bunch of birdies, like up and coming. Like like Glover, he was easily the class of that field, and he was mispriced on Monday morning, and he finished 2 strokes out of a playoff. Like, I think very simplistically, you could be like, okay, this guy is good at golf compared to the people in the field because he's actually like proved it occasionally on the PGA Tour. So I'm just gonna bet him. I don't even fucking run models for regular events. So I'm not like deep in my process for like these events. So
all right. Yeah. I'm gonna dive into some Cuda tonight.
Very quickly. 15 minutes tops. Natalie's at a play.
She is at a play.
Just dive into the Cuda. Just dive into the Cuda.
And I'll post the card on Wednesday for you. Like, you better like and retweet my Cuda card.
For sure. The Cuda card will be out. But Andy, I appreciate you coming on. We're going to watch the Open Saturday. We're going to play some golf. Looking forward to it. We're hitting Woke Hill.
Woke Hill. Where were you on January 6th?
Yeah. Did you see my reply to Powers?
So funny.
That was good. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. Big deal. But yeah, shout out Powers. Good luck with your Rory pick this week. But yeah, I hope Rory wins. If not, I hope one of my guys win. If not, I hope one of your guys win.
Sounds good to me, buddy. Always a pleasure. And I'll see you soon, my friend.
Okay. Be good. Have a good night.